on this edition of Wolf Tracks. Be our guest as we take you to a great night of music at SK's Spring Jazz Night. So was it tougher then or tougher now? You'll meet an SK grad who's seen it both ways and is now a popular member of the SK faculty. The class of 2000 has left the building. We've got highlights of this year's graduation. And it's time for the Howl Awards as we honor the best video production work for this school year. Hello, and welcome to Wolf Tracks. I'm Mike Downum, the video production instructor here at South. All of my students are vacationing, so I'll be in charge tonight. The first story is by Jessica Smith. The subject is music and how it affects teenagers.
There are many different clothing styles, and music generally affects what people wear. But does music really affect your actions?
So, do you think music affects your actions?
No, not at all.
I think it depends on what you listen to. I think if you listen to a lot of violence and a lot of, things that promote a lot of, hatred and things like that, then definitely.
I think it can dictate what kind of a mood you're going to be in.
Many parents blame the increase of teen violence on music. Marilyn Manson is one musician often singled out as a bad influence on teen behavior.
Do you believe his lyrics can cause someone to hurt someone?
I think it can evoke those emotions. In other words, if you already have anger in you, I think if you listen to music that is angry or driving, I think it can bring those emotions up.
Well, yeah, actually, some people are really easily influenced, and totally.
Everyone I talked to had a strong opinion on this subject. The fact of the matter is, there is no simple answer.
That person was going to do that whether they was watching Fred Flintstone or whether they was watching 60 Minutes. It's cardinal. All of us, equilibrium causes you to do different things. And some of us, instead of having a full tank, some of us are running on short tanks. So
is it possible that music causes people to do violent things? Some experts say it can play a part. It all depends on the individual. So it's up to you to decide how music affects you.
Thanks, Jessica. She's just one of several new students who'll be working on Wolf Tracks next fall. Another is Chris Maupin. Here's a story he produced about SK's CADD program.
There are many PTE classes offered here at South, all of which offer great opportunities. Today we will go in depth with computer-aided drafting and design, better known as CADD. We asked the students and the teacher, what do they do in CADD?
Mostly we draw stuff on AutoCAD program and transfer it to these milling machines over here and carve out and engrave stuff on blocks of wood.
Yeah, this program's a great program. If you're starting out in engineering, it really gets you started and teaches the main ideas for the CAD program.
Wow, we do a lot of stuff in here. We do cool stuff in CAD, on computer-aided drafting, computer machines. We do architectural projects, design houses, which some of these houses actually go out and get built. We play around with a program called Rhino and design things in 3D, solid model them.
The class, it's an easy class. It allows you to know how to draw certain items and gives you ideas of how to maybe draw a house you might want someday. Or it's a pretty good class. You got to know your math, a lot of angles and degrees, a lot of geometry.
Being this is Mr. Lyman's first year here at South, we ask, is he a good teacher?
Yeah, Mr. Lyman's an excellent teacher. He's always there to help us and help us figure out stuff.
Mr. Lyman, he's a pretty good teacher. sacrifices a lot for us, and he helps us out when we need it and stops what he's doing. And
CADD, a fun learning experience with a great teacher. Here, you can design a house, design a car, design whatever your heart desires. So come join CADD and design your future.
Thanks, Chris. Now here are some more new faces who will be taking the lead next fall in the production of Wolf Tracks.
What are you doing?
I'm scatting, like they did at Jazz Night.
Well, while Dino is brushing up on his skills, check out this story on Jazz Night.
For fans of jazz, the place to be on June 5th was the Wynn Gramlin Auditorium for SK's annual Jazz Night. Several hundred parents and music lovers had a chance to hear some of South's best music students. 2 different jazz bands were led by first-year instructor Rob Lewis. There were many outstanding performances, among them a special number by a 7-piece jazz combo. On the vocal side, second-year instructor Mike Allen once again led some great performances. As usual, the highlighters, the vocal department's most elite group, were awesome. It was a great night of jazz, and for South seniors, a fitting end to their high school careers.
Oh, come on.
What's wrong, Alex?
My Britney Spears website won't load. And when it does, the graphics are really bad.
Why don't you go to my Christina Aguilera page? I'll learn how to make it in WebTech. In fact, let's go to that story right now.
That's a good idea.
Are you looking toward a career in technology? Curious to how those well-known sites are made and what it takes to keep them running? Then check out WebTech 1 and 2. It's a program where students in all grades can get hands-on experience and beginning skills for today's web-based companies. 3 things that are covered most are maintaining a server with Microsoft Windows NT, and graphic designing, which is a big part towards the success of today's business websites. I asked some of the students what they've learned in WebTech.
It gives me the ability to learn typing skills and teaches me how to build websites, how to make images, and these are all job skills that will work well in any job and get you a job easily.
Because I can learn all the scripting and all the graphic design now and be able to apply it to the future and get a career in designing websites.
As in the future, a lot of the web designing out there is really looking for graphic designers.
VRML and forms through front page.
It helps me learn how to do graphic design better for web pages.
Although there are many advantages to these skills, some students gave some downsides to WebTech.
The internet is always changing.
Having the mind, the thought that you can actually put colors together.
Doing the monotonous task every day, having to do the exact same thing repetitively, it gets old and it's hard to do sometimes. So.
Overall, you get more skills than you think, with lots of hands-on projects to show it. The teacher of WebTech, Dr. Vedros, gave some insight to what is learned when taking the class.
They learn the way around a computer, how to save files, how the computer's organized. I think the other things that they learn in web design, about graphics, how different ways graphics are saved, the design of a web page, design elements, what makes one page look better than another. Also learn to do HTML, coding languages, JavaScript.
After completing 2 years of the program, you can become certified.
WebTech 2 next year is going to be Webmaster Certification. There are 7 courses in the Webmaster Certification, and when they're finished and turn in all the work and take the final exam, they will be given a nationally recognized Webmaster Certification.
You may be asking, who exactly hires people for the skills learned here?
New start in web companies, looking for people that are young, have lots of ideas, but know the basics. And that's one of the goals of this class, is to give people some entry-level job skills.
Well, that's what WebTech is all about, so check it out and get the skill for the careers of tomorrow, or be left outside from the technological future.
Hey Daniel, check this out. Your science teacher, Mr. Ness, graduated in class of '87 as a rebel.
What? I'm gonna have to confront him about that.
Yeah, check it out. He learned how to drive by Mr. Brumfield. Now he teaches with him.
What? That's crazy.
So let's check out the recent story on Mr. Ness.
Let's take a trip back through the history of SK. Let's take a trip back to 1987, back to when things weren't difficult. Things were, huh? Who's that guy? Ron Ness? He went to school here? That's Ron Ness, science teacher here at SK. Mr. Ness graduated in 1987, when according to him, things were different.
Major differences basically are there's a few more students, but other than that, not a whole lot. There were lockers on both sides of the hall when I was here, and we only had 5 minutes to make it from class to class, so it's a little more difficult. These kids today got it easy, but other than that, not much difference. Oh, we didn't have any portables out in front.
For further proof that teachers have seen every trick in the book.
A few, I had Mr. Huderberg, who I also teach with now, so that's rather interesting. I had Miss Smith up in history, and I had Mr. Reichman and Mr. Munger for math, and Mr. Brumfield and Mr. Olson for traffic safety.
No big surprise to anybody who's seen Mr. Ness.
I played football, and I wrestled, and I also played baseball.
Now he coaches both.
7 years for both. 3 years here at the high school, and years before that down at Cedar Heights Junior High School.
What is it about Port Orchard that makes someone come back?
So I enjoyed growing up here, and big influence on my life was the people in this school and the people in the community, and I wanted to give back and hopefully, make a difference.
So now I hope you've had a chance to get to know a guy who may be one of your favorite teachers.
Thanks, Kevin. Now, still ahead on Wolf Tracks. Nearly 6,000 people jammed the Tacoma Dome for graduation. We'll show you some highlights. And find out the winners of the Howl Awards as we announce the best work produced on this past season of Wolf Tracks, right after these important messages. Another outstanding student that will be joining Wolf Tracks next fall is Michelle Pandino. But she's no one-dimensional talent. She's also good with a gun. Take a look.
So, what about those sports that go unheard of? You hear about football, basketball, baseball. What else is new? What about the rifle team? I bet you didn't even know SK had a rifle team.
What are you talking about?
Well, our ROTC program does. And the team, coached by Ken Smith, has been shooting up most of their competition, headed by lead scorer Michelle Pandino. Michelle has been on the team for the last 2 years and has earned the highest average. So what is it that sparked her interest in shooting?
Well, when I was younger, me and my dad used to go shooting, and I kind of got the hang of it after a short time, and I just thought, hey, you know, if I'm good at it, why not give it a shot?
We asked Michelle what it takes to be a good shot.
It takes a lot of concentration, and you have to be focused. If you're not focused, you're not going to shoot well. It's just that simple. And practice helps too.
So what kind of rifles do they use?
Our team uses Daisy Model 853 single pump air rifles.
Every month, the team goes to regional competitions and competes against other schools.
If the team as a whole does really well, we get plaques and trophies, and if you do really well individually, depending on your category, you get medals.
Shooting itself is 90% mental concentration and 10% the actual air rifle.
And with shooting this good, you're bound to get some medals. Michelle has earned 10 medals and a trophy for placement, averages, and points. So, if you're an ROTC or decide to join and are thinking about trying out for the rifle team, talk to Michelle, and she can give you some pointers. And I'll have you know, she uses her skills for good, not evil.
No, I don't shoot any birds.
David, we had an accident with a tape machine. This tape just exploded. Can you fix that? It's really important.
I think you'll need somebody more mechanically inclined than I am. How about somebody down at the integrated mechanics class? Matter of fact, how about we go watch a story right now on that class?
Have you ever wanted to work with metal or use equipment that deals with metal, or wondered how metal is joined and cut or formed? Well, the integrated mechanics class shows you how. This class deals a lot with students getting a hands-on experience with machines such as arc welders, MIG welders, oxyacetylene, and plasma cutters. Here's what some students said about this class.
I enrolled in this class because the environment is so fun, and there's a lot of things you could do, and there's a variety of things you can learn in this class, and it's just a great environment in this class.
I always wanted to weld because I did it last year in junior high, and I thought it'd be fun.
Students say that having a teacher that knows what he's talking about is good, that he can get out and help them when they are in need.
Mr. Bitter's a great guy. He has a great personality. He loves to teach. He might be like wandering, to his office a lot and talking on the phone, but hey, he teaches you a lot and he knows what he's talking about.
Although this is a shop class in school, students are taught like it's a job and must do what they're told by the boss.
Well, the plan is to have kids learn how to, first off, utilize the machinery and utilize it safely. I spend a lot of time talking about safety and push safety a lot, trying to encourage kids to do things the right way the first time. Hopefully next year we'll start doing some project planning on computer, do some computer design, and at the same time when they work on their projects they have to do a bill of ladle and other. They have to determine what their equipment's going to cost, their tools, all the metals are going to use that sort of thing. So it's equipment use, it's safety, it's common sense, it's a lot of projects that I bring in to be repaired. There's just it's a hands-on shop.
Students in the integrated mechanics class can do a lot of things in here. Some choose to do projects, while others decide that just messing around with the equipment is what they like to do.
Favorite thing to do in this class is probably work with the plasma cutter or the oxyacetylene torch.
I make anything anybody asks practically. As long as they're metal and I can form it into something, I can make it. Dragonflies, frogs, anything.
While the sparks and fire have got you going, then join up with the integrated mechanics class and have a flaming good time.
Can you believe we still have another year of this? Books, teachers, pens, lunch lines, pencils, binders, dogs! Dogs? No. Let's just watch these highlights on the graduating class of 2000. Dogs, not dogs.
I don't even know how.
Finally, after many long years of work, South Kitsap High School's class of 2000 were graduated.
Welcome parents, relatives, friends, and most of all, the class of 2000.
On June 11th, nearly 6,000 proud family members and friends packed the Tacoma Dome. The event got a late start because of traffic accidents near the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, but that was the only thing that didn't go smoothly.
Today, we gather here to celebrate the ending of one path of our lives, to close a chapter in our individual novels, and mark the ending of an era.
You were my strength when I was weak. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my...
The ceremony was filled with inspirational speeches and songs, and then it was time for the seniors to receive their diplomas.
Lindsay.
Nick Ballard.
Anya Nicole Mora.
Jared Bain.
It's a big job handing out nearly 600 diplomas, but the South administrators are used to big numbers. The entire graduation event ran just a little over 90 minutes. Then, seniors were encouraged to give a cheer for their parents.
Each and every one of you should turn around, take a look, and give your parents a round of applause.
And then it was left to Mr. Colombini for the final farewell.
This is a new beginning, and remember, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. May God bless you in your new beginning. Thank you.
Congratulations to the graduating class of 2000. Live long and prosper.
Man, the only thing on TV nowadays is award shows.
I know, you got your Oscars,
Your Summer Solstice Awards,
Emmys,
Pacific Ocean Awards,
MTV Video Music Award,
National CADD Awards,
Howl Awards,
Peanut Butter and Howl Awards. Yeah! Let's watch this.
This past school year, a lot of good work and even some great work has appeared on Wolf Tracks. By popular vote, the Howl Awards are given to the very best work. The presentation was made June 5th, the seniors' last day of class.
Welcome to the Howl Awards 2000 and to the inauguration of our new backdrop.
In the category Best Story About a School Event, Derek Borgman is the winner for his story about an assembly featuring Jesus Villahermosa.
And he came to South Kitsap on January 20th to hold a crime prevention assembly to encourage students to have safe behavior.
Derek did a fine job of capturing the essence of this powerful guest speaker. In the Best Feature category, Andy Godsey is the winner for his story about the disco locker.
The party zone consists of 2 lockers, 4 speakers, 2 colored spotlights, a disco ball, a CD player, and a beaded curtain, all run on AC power.
Andy creatively combined staging and legitimate news. The result was an entertaining story of a student party zone shut down because of noise. In the sports category, Mike Smith wins a Howl for his profile on SK football star Jimmy Newell.
Touchdown, South Kitsap!
Newell has signed to play football for the UW, and Mike Smith did an excellent job of telling his story. The Best Public Service Announcement Award goes to Dino Linsao. The subject was classroom cheating. Dino is just a first-year video student, but he's already developed excellent skills in writing and directing. In the Best Performance category, the hosting team of Chad O'Connell and Bridget O'Neill are the winners.
Thanks to SK Latte. Kids like Bridget have enough energy to stay up late at night and get all their homework done.
Are you gonna say watch the next story? Are you gonna say watch it? Say watch the next story, Chad. He's gonna say it. Watch. Say it. Say it, Chad. Say
Why don't we watch
the
the story on it?
This talented pair has hosted 2 episodes of Wolf Tracks and are a crowd favorite. They've also been seen regularly in SK drama productions. For the outstanding Wolf Tracks episode, Andy Godsey is the winner for the June episode. In this episode, Andy used various senior Hall of Famers as hosts.
And we were voted most athletic.
You know, Boyd, sometimes I get so carried away with sports, I just feel like I'm going crazy.
And finally, a special technical achievement award for a young man who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to bring you other SK video programs. Mike McCurdy received the McCurdy Trophy. It will be named for Mike in future Howl competitions because of his outstanding contribution to SK video production. Congratulations to all the winners.
And so another Wolf Tracks and another school year comes to a close. Thanks for watching, and thank you when you support the South Kitsap School District. Good evening.
Load.
What's wrong, Alex?
Okay, let's go back.
Composure. That energy out. Okay. Ready?
Daniel, check this out. Your science teacher, Mr. Ness, graduated in class of '87 as a rebel.
What? He graduated from this school?
This school. You confused me there.
Make it like slow, but so they can hear you going doobie 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 doo doobie doobie doo.
Okay.
I write the scripts from now on.
With a tape machine, this tape just exploded. It's a really important tape. Can you do anything with that? Fix it, please.
I
blew it. Doggone it. Sorry.
2,000. Dogs. Not dogs.
God.
Okay.
We're so funny. Yeah. Right on.